September 30th marks Orange Shirt Day. Orange Shirt Day and September 30th was designated as the Day of National Truth and Reconciliation. And the concept was flawed from the very beginning, but very big steps have been made. And I say it's flawed from the beginning because there can be no reconciliation with continental land theft and genocide. There's no way to reconcile genocide, especially when the Canadian state still maintains so many different definitions and practices of genocide against us. And the path forward scares many. Many people assume that land back is just more colonial violence, but it's not. It is the absolute opposite. Many colonists think that land back is evicting them from the land and just claiming all the land and resources for ourselves. But this is a pure colonial projection. And this speaks to the vile nature of the capitalist ideology and colonialism that surrounds them. Land back is nothing more than gaining our own political autonomy and our resources. There's vastly more than enough resources for all, and with land back, we can set up a socialist confederacy of united indigenous nations, and each nation can set forth their own constitution, their own political will, their own pro-social laws, and we can take back society from the various ruling classes. We can take back all the stolen resources from massive corporations. And perhaps I'm being uncharitable with attacking the framework of reconciliation. However, what we had seen is the Canadian state has maintained the same parasitic exploitative relationship where they maintain hegemony of the land, of the people, of everything, and they pushed off a whole bunch more crumbs for us into different programs. However, the truth component was huge. And this was done in a really, really big way. Of course, it could be improved upon massively. There could be tons of documentaries. There could be massive television programs. This could be regularly on the news. And it wasn't. But there was a very, very big change from the previous administration of the Canadian government, and this marked a good change. However, it is not enough to measure the Canadian state's change, to measure the Liberal administration in contrast to the Harper administration, because the policies have continued to be horrific. And while the Conservatives got elected openly from using as much racism as possible, the Trudeau administration failed hugely to uphold its promises. Of the 94 calls to action, less than 20 were completed, and the Liberals won 3 elections with these same promises. My first speech was on the topic of Canada and its role in imperialism, its role of colonialism domestically and internationally. I have a ton of other educationals. I have about 5 or 6 hours of contemporary analysis of Indigenous peoples and residential schools. I share all of this freely. I share this all the time. I share this with as many people as I can, because this is so critical for Canada to be analyzed as an apartheid state. And if you disagree with the notion that Canada is an apartheid state, look up the Indian Act and see how the Canadian government has been completely subjugating our people officially in the Canadian doctrine since 1871, but our oppression goes back centuries before that. And today is an incredibly painful day for us to grieve and to think of loved ones who have passed on, to know what our ancestors went through, to listen to the stories of our elders, and all these different things make this such an incredibly heavy day. But what I want to leave you with is that guilt doesn't fix anything. No amount of watching trauma or listening to trauma can fix something. It's only through being galvanized by that can you work towards fixing something. Sometimes we need to listen to the suffering of others to really motivate us to study. If we have the humility and the patience and the heart and the love to listen to the struggles of everybody, then we begin to care about everybody. And this is the formula for true revolutionary struggle. So if you have any time today or tomorrow or any time in the next few days, please check out my free educationals. I have them pinned at the top of my Facebook profile. I have them linked in my Instagram bio. I've included almost all of the writing that I've done. Just under 11 hours of writing, and I have included all of the best theoretical work that I've gone through. All of it is free or nearly free. A lot of it is podcasts on Spotify, a lot of it is written Word documents, and a lot of it is YouTube videos. Thank you for your time. All my relations.